Hey there, and welcome. So, if you've ever felt like you're drowning in a sea of AI buzzwords, you are definitely not alone. Today, we are going to cut right through all that noise. We're going to demystify the jargon and give you the real building blocks to understand how all of this stuff actually works. Right? I mean, these terms get thrown around all the time, and a lot of times people use them interchangeably. But here's the thing, are they the same? Nope, not at all. And knowing the difference, well, that's the key to really getting a handle on this entire field. We're going to lay out a super simple framework so you can see exactly how they all fit together. So here's our game plan. We'll start with the big picture, the AI universe. Then we'll dive into the learning layers inside it. After that, we'll see it all in action with a real-world example. And finally, we'll talk about why getting this language right really matters. Let's do it.
All right, first up, the AI universe. See, before we can get into the weeds and the nitty-gritty details, we've got to zoom way out. We need to see the biggest picture possible, because this is the foundation for everything else we're about to talk about. So think of artificial intelligence, or AI, as the whole entire field. It's the ultimate goal, right? The grand idea of creating machines that can think, reason, and solve problems just like humans do. It's the big, all-encompassing box that everything else fits inside. And this field is huge. I mean, most of what we interact with today, like your virtual assistant, that's what we call narrow AI. It's fantastic at one specific thing. Then there's general AI. That's the big goal everyone's chasing, a machine with human-like flexibility. And super AI? Well, that's the stuff of science fiction, for now. An intelligence that's way beyond our own. Okay, so now that we've got the lay of the land, let's zoom in a little bit. Let's peel back a layer. And that brings us to section 2, the learning layers. If AI is the what we're trying to build, this part is all about the how we actually do it. So if AI is the destination, machine learning is one of the main highways to get there. Instead of a programmer writing out rules for every single little thing, with ML, you just feed the system a ton of data, and it starts to figure out the patterns for itself. It learns and adapts. And this is maybe the single most important thing to get right. Machine learning is a part of AI. It's a powerful engine for sure, but it's not the entire car. All machine learning is AI, but not all AI is machine learning. It's a crucial distinction. Okay, time to go one layer deeper. Tucked inside the world of machine learning is something called deep learning. This is a super specialized, incredibly powerful technique that uses these complex, multi-layered structures to make sense of messy, complicated stuff. You know, like images, sound, and human language.
So what's the magic behind deep learning? Well, it's something called neural networks. And the idea here is just amazing. These are computer models that are literally inspired by the web of connections inside our own brains. It's that biology-inspired design that makes them so good at finding patterns. So let's quickly trace how it works. First, you have the input layer. That's where all the raw data gets dumped in. Then that data gets passed through what are called hidden layers. This is where the real magic happens, all the heavy lifting, the pattern finding, and finally, you get a clean answer, a prediction that comes out of the output layer. You know, this comparison really shows you what a revolution this is. The old way of doing things, you had to code every single rule by hand. The system was totally static. But with machine learning, the system is adaptive. It learns the rules from the data, and it actually gets better and better over time, all by itself. It's a total game changer. Okay, that is enough theory for now. Let's see how all these different layers actually click together in the real world. For section 3, we're going to put AI to work with a really cool case study. And honestly, there's probably no better example of all these layers working in harmony than a self-driving car. It's like a perfect little microcosm of this entire AI universe we've been talking about. Just look at how it all comes together. You've got your broader machine learning algorithms handling things like navigation and predicting the best route. But then for the really tricky stuff, like making sense of all the data flooding in from cameras, that's where deep learning and computer vision come in, to spot a pedestrian or another car. And natural language processing, that's what lets you talk to the car. It's not just one thing, it's a whole symphony of these AI systems working together. So you might be thinking, okay, that's cool, but why do we just go through all that? And that brings us to our final and maybe most important section, why this language matters. It really all boils down to 3 big overarching insights. All right, here are the key things to walk away with. First, remember the hierarchy. It all starts with the giant universe of AI.
Inside that, you have machine learning. A powerful part of ML is deep learning, which itself is powered by neural networks. Second, this stuff isn't just theory in a textbook. It's the code that's running the technology we use every single day. And third, knowing this language is basically a career superpower now. It's absolutely essential if you want to strategize, innovate, or lead in this space. And really, it all comes down to this. You just can't build, lead, or innovate using a technology if you don't speak its language. Think of what you've just learned as the key that unlocks the door to AI's true potential. So we'll leave you with a question. We've decoded the buzzwords, we've given you the building blocks. These concepts aren't a mystery anymore. You now speak the language of AI. So the real question is, what are you going to build with it?